Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you've returned, thank you so much for returning. And in today's reading vlog, we are going to be reading my highest and my lowest rated book on Goodreads. Now, I do know what my highest rated book on Goodreads is already, and I'm not going to reveal that, but I'm just going to get my laptop open and quickly see what the Goodreads is for the lowest rated book. I have a feeling already what it could potentially be, and I'm not gonna lie, I am quite excited. So I'm just gonna load Goodreads up very quickly. So after looking at all of the books on my Goodreads for my want to read, I have found that Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena is the lowest book on my TBR with a score of 3.86. Now, I genuinely don't think that is that low, but then I'm pretty sure like this is like a 4.67 or something on Goodreads. So the highest rated is The Will of the Many by James Islington. What a brick, what a chunk, how excited. But I am quite concerned because the writing is tiny, but I'm also very excited to get into this. But then I have heard the most incredible things about this one, so I'm very excited. And I did get this kind of gifted to me quite a while ago, so I don't know which one we should start with. I feel like I want to read the highest one first, but then I don't want to read the lowest one and then be like, oh, it's boring because I've read a good one. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like out of both of them, this one is calling my name more, and I feel like I'm just gonna read it and hope for the best. I think. Wish me luck, guys. I hope this doesn't break my soul. And yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink, I'm gonna grab a snack, and we're gonna get comfy and cozy reading this book. So I think you guys should grab your book, grab a drink, grab a snack, and get cozy too. So let's get on with this reading vlog. So it's been a little while since I kind of spoke to you and I actually filmed anything, but we are on the same day. It's just quite a few hours, and I have started The Will of the Many by James Islington, and I'm not that far through. I'm on chapter 13, page 129, so I haven't read as much as I wanted. I think I'm just reading this a little bit slow, and I think it's just taken me a little while to get into it, which it can sometimes happen with big books. Plus I'm also trying to understand, it's very complex for me. It's very complex considering I do fantasy, but I've not had a world that I feel is this complex, and I feel like it's taken me a little longer to register what's actually going on. So I feel like I've got a bit more understanding of the book now, so I am gonna kind of go into detail with it. So we are following Viz, and basically Viz he was basically doing illegal work, and a general kind of found him, and basically rather than executing Viz, he decides that he is going to use him as kind of like a spy to infiltrate this academy, and yeah, Catalan Academy, and basically find all of the secrets that he can, basically. So that is his kind of job. And then the magic system is known as the will, basically. So the will is the magic system, and it's basically based on like intelligence and class and things like that. And basically the more will you have and the more influence you have, the higher up the ranks you are, basically. I think I've explained that right. And yeah, you start from like right at the bottom and you work your way up. So like it talks about them a little bit here. I'm just going to put it up. So this is like the ranking. So the lowest ranking you can be in is an octopus, and then the highest ranking you can be is princeps. So you kind of have to figure out that as well. I'm having a good time. I just think I'm finding it really slow to get into, but I think once I get into it and it's picked up and we're kind of less world building and more plot driven, I think I will have a good time. But I'm hoping to get a good chunk the way through. I'm hoping if we can go to about 300 pages, I will be more than happy with that. So I feel like, yeah, that's all I've really got for an update. I do like the style of writing. I just think, again, it's really info dumping at the beginning. I feel like we're getting a lot of information with the plot, but the more people we meet, the more the more information we then get, which I do like. I just think there's a lot of information to process, so I feel like it's taken me a little bit longer. I would, if this was like a normal book that wasn't so heavy based, I probably would have got further, but it's not about how much you read, it's basically taking the information in. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna try and read for a couple of more hours and hopefully get to around the 300 page mark, or even if I get to part 2, I will be more than happy with that. Given the size of the literal wording on the page, I'll be more than happy. But I feel like I'm just gonna see what I can get done. I haven't really got anything else to do for the rest of the day. I do have some TikToks that I need to edit and things like that and post, but I feel like that can be done a little bit later. And I do need to have a shower, and I need to get my clothes ready for work tomorrow, and I do also need to maybe have like a scroll free evening where I don't sit on my phone, because I'm not gonna lie guys, I've been really awful in the evenings of just sitting there on my phone and scrolling, and it needs to stop. So I feel like I'm gonna make like a scroll free evening. I might get my diamond painting out, or I might go and find a TV show that I can binge, because we have just recently binge watched both Mandalorian and Ahsoka, so I feel like I maybe need to find something binge worthy so that I can stay off my phone. I think that is the plan, guys, but that was just me rabbiting on at you. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this and I'll update you with my thoughts in a little while. So I'm not gonna lie guys, I have a mini tiny confession to have, and I have binged quite a lot of this book before I have even given you guys a proper update. So I think I updated you last night on kind of what was going on, and I think I was in like a couple of chapters in at this point, but I am on literally like part 2. I'm probably like right at the end of part 2. I think part 2 ends like over here, like somewhere around here, so I'm literally about to start part 3 nearly. But I thought I would give you kind of an update of what I'm feeling and just kind of give you an update on the book. So in this, we're obviously following Will. No, the book is called Will, and the will is the magic system. Get it right, Rhiannon. We are following Viz, and Viz basically has been doing some illegal stuff, and basically in order to cover his identity, he has to basically agree to go to this academy and become a spy. And in kind of the second part, you are following him going into like the academy that he's spying for, and you see kind of like what his life was like in the orphanage and things like that, and kind of to keep him protected and obviously not go to prison or be executed or anything like that, he has to kind of do a series of missions for his adopted father in which he is completing. And you are watching him kind of move through the ranks. You are kind of watching him move through the ranks, but you're also watching him kind of do little mini kind of espionages, I think you would call them, and kind of how that has then got the information. And he's unable to reveal his true identity, Diago, where he goes by Viz Telemus, sorry, that's what he goes by. He doesn't go by his other name. And yeah, you're kind of finding out quite a bit of information about his past life, but also kind of the missions and how kind of the will works, how he gets more influence, etc. And yeah, I'm having a good time. I don't know whether kind of like in my head I'm binging it because it's such a big book and I just want to get through it, or I'm binging it because I just want the book to be done, or I'm binging it because I genuinely am enjoying it. I don't know like what I'm feeling. I just feel like I've got nothing towards this book, and it makes me really sad to say that. But like, I'm having a good time, yes, but I'm just not feeling any sort of way towards this book yet. Like, there's sometimes I'm like, oh my, or I'll have a feeling of like, oh okay, this is getting interesting, and then I pretty much go back to I don't know. And I don't know whether it's just going to be one of those books where I don't know right up until the end, but I definitely don't feel like this is 5 stars, and I definitely can't see myself rating it any higher than a 4. I would be very surprised if I get higher than a 4-star given how I'm feeling, but I'm literally well over halfway. I'm like maybe just over halfway through the book, so I was hoping I would kind of have a feeling towards it already if I knew what I was gonna think of it. I don't know. I just feel like in my head this is nothing groundbreaking at the moment, and I feel like I'm just reading it for the sake of reading it, and it makes me feel really sad. At one point I was like, should I just DNF it because I don't want to read it, or like I'm just in one of those headspaces, and I don't even know why I'm in one of these headspaces. I think I've just got like a lot on in my head that I just don't know. But I think I'm also just reading so many other different books at the moment. Like I've got my audiobook that I'm actually really thoroughly enjoying, even though it's not part of this video, but I am using my audiobook for walks and things like that, and I was having a really good time reading that. So maybe is that the reason why I'm not loving this? Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Is it because I'm more excited to read the second book in this video? I don't know. I feel like I need to like pull myself together and actually just enjoy what I'm reading and be thankful that I actually get to read this book, or be thankful that I actually sat out in my garden at like 7:30 at night, like reading a book. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I am grateful for those things obviously, but I don't know, I just don't feel like I've got a lot of emotion towards this book, and it makes me really sad because everyone that I've watched read this had such big expectations and they had such like amazing reactions, and I feel like I'm just like, yeah, okay. So I don't know, maybe this book just isn't for me, maybe, and maybe this is just not my style of book. I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest on Greek mythology anyway, so maybe I kind of was like, oh, do you know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm gonna try and finish and get to part 3. I'm just gonna find where part 3 is in here. I think that, yeah, so part 3 starts at 482 pages, well 483, and I'm 413 pages the way through, so I've probably got about 60 pages to go, and then I've got to part 3, and I think I may stop for the night once I've reached part 3, because then I only have, after part 3 is finished, I only have like that left to read, and I definitely feel like I can read that tomorrow. That is like a good amount of chunk. That's like, say, 200 pages to read tomorrow. I feel like that is also a good goal, but like I feel like as well, like when I read, I know I'm rambling, but like when I read big books I sometimes get really distracted, and I feel like I'm like, yeah, I feel like, oh, let's get to this space, or let's get to this one, or like I have to get to a certain page number and then I'm okay with how much I've read, and I don't know why. Like if this was a small book I would be more than happy if I had literally sat and read 20 pages. Do you think, I don't know whether it's because it's a big book that I feel that way. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm just rambling at you guys, so I feel like I'm gonna shut up and just finish reading this. I literally have about 30 pages and I'm literally like, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my seat, and I really don't like the idea of being on the edge of my seat. Not when it comes to this, because obviously I know there's a second book, so I'm like, I'm scared like there's gonna be a massive cliffhanger and I'm gonna wanna like pick up the next book. Like, I do have to say, like, I have had the best time since part 3 started. I've literally just wanted to devour this book, and it's been such a shame that I haven't got around to actually just being able to sit and devour the book. But I'm literally on page 659, so I literally have like 30 pages left to go, something like that, and I literally feel like I don't even know if I even should record the reaction of me finishing this book. I don't know, guys, I don't don't know. But I'm petrified of the cliffhanger that we're gonna have. So I feel like I need to stop. I need to update you guys, but I need to read this book. So I have just finished The Will of the Many by James Islington. I rated this 4 stars, guys. I literally had the best flipping time. Like the last, part 3 was definitely my favorite. I think it took a little bit of while to warm up to the first part, and even maybe halfway into the second part, it took me a little while to warm up. But the third part had me on the edge, and the cliffhanger that was left, I'm screaming. I'm literally screaming, guys. But I rated this 4 stars. Had the best time, and I do recommend reading it. Yes, it was a little bit slow to begin with, but I did have a good time. But yeah, that's kind of my update for the moment. But I do need to go back to work, and I need to, earn the pennies to be able to read these books. So I feel like I probably will let you know when I'm due to start the new book, and I think that is where we'll go to. So once I've started my new book, which is Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena, I will kind of give you an update from there. I definitely know I need to give you an update, because I don't think I've updated you since Thursday, but I haven't done a proper sit down talk update one since maybe Tuesday. So I need to kind of give you a premise of what actually happened. So I did finish The Will of the Many on Tuesday, and I think I might have mentioned that I enjoyed the last part better than all of the others, and I felt like we were left on a really good cliffhanger, guys. So I did enjoy reading this book. I rated this a 4 star in the end. I had the best time. I just think it was sitting at a 3.5 star, and then the ending kind of turned it into a 4, which I am super happy about, and I will potentially continue the series. I don't know. I feel like I'm in the middle of kind of all of that. And then I did start on Thursday evening Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena, and I only got to part 2, page 155, and then I didn't read anything yesterday. So yesterday I ended up coming down with a migraine, and I just couldn't see, I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything, so I didn't end up actually reading anything yesterday. So I do need to finish this book today and it's Saturday today, so I do need to finish this book today, and we've got quite a bit to go. So yeah, in this we are basically following a dancer, but she's got quite a few conditions, and it basically means that she's deteriorating. She's unable to dance as she was able to dance when she was a lot younger, and basically she was a dancer, and she was basically framed for murder. So she's been in the king's prison basically, and basically he kind of makes a deal with Vasily that if she dances and she performs and she's really good, that he will then set her free basically. So yeah, I've only just got to part 2. I've only just about to start part 2, so I am enjoying it. I was reading it quite quickly, and then I just got really tired and I went to bed, so I didn't really get much round to reading on Thursday. So I have got to literally absolute binge this book for today. And then so that is kind of the update for this so far. So I think I'm gonna just get into reading this, and hopefully we can finish it within a couple of hours. It is only 427 pages long, and we are on 155, so we've got about 200-300 pages to go. So I think we could definitely finish this today, so fingers crossed that can get done ready for tomorrow, because I was hoping to finish this vlog on Friday, because then I would be able to edit it today and upload it for Sunday. But your girl got ill, so priorities of prioritizing myself, so hopefully we can get that finished today. That is the goal.
Remember the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting sprung. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun.
I have literally just sat here and just been devouring the book. I'm on the last part, so I'm on part 3, and I'm literally having the best time. I'm not gonna lie, I can see we've got kind of a little bit of a love triangle, so to speak. Like, so you've got Vasily and you've got Copeland, and you've got Anton, who's his brother, and I think I prefer her and Anton together compared to like her and Copeland. I don't know why, I feel more about them. But honestly, like, you can just see how much pain that Vasily is in, and it just makes me feel so sad, because for someone who lives with a chronic condition that does cause pain, like, I literally can completely kind of relate to her and how she's feeling, and when she is having a bad day, kind of what that feels like as someone who does have a chronic condition. But I feel like probably we're on page 295 now, and it's 427 pages, so we've just got over about 130 odd pages to go. So I feel like we could probably get this done within the next maybe hour and a half, which would be quite exciting. So yeah, I think we've not got long. I want to say it's got around 2 o'clock now. I'm not actually too sure. Haven't really been keeping an eye on the time. I've just been absolutely devouring this book. So I think I'm gonna continue reading for a little bit longer, and then yeah, and then this will be obviously the end of the video for this. And I don't know why, I feel like I'm having a good time, but I don't feel like I can rate it 4 stars. I feel like this is more, say, like a 3.5 for me right now. I would say this is more of a 3.5, so I can kind of see why this is rated low. I feel like there is a lot going on, but there's also not a lot going on at the same time, if that kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, I just feel like it's one of those where I don't have to pay that much attention, because it's quite easy to digest, and that is sometimes what I love about some fantasy books, is that I can just sit and easily digest them. And I literally am just having a good time, and that's all I've really got to say for an update. So I should be done with this within the next like hour and a half, so let's just get straight into reading. Hello guys, and that is the end of today's video. So I hope that you have had a great kind of week watching me read my highest and lowest rated books on Goodreads. I honestly had the best time. I'm not gonna lie, I was so scared to start a load of these books, especially this one, because of the sheer size of it, but we actually did really, really well. And I think, to be fair, I think I couldn't be more happier with the 2 books that were actually chosen for this challenge, because these were 2 books that I was putting off for a little while, and I just had the best time, and I don't know why I put them off. Like, I literally had the best time. So yeah, we read The Will of the Many by James Islington, and I rated this a 4 star in the end. I had the best time, and I'm just so glad that I actually got a good way through the book with it, so I'm very, very, very happy. We then had Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena, and I rated this a 3.5 star in the end. So I did have a good time. I just think I had a great time. I just think I wanted a bit more, and yeah, but I had a good time. And yeah, those are kind of my ratings. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTubey stuff you know how to do, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.